The savanna stretches endlessly, a sea of golden grass swaying in the hot African wind. Suddenly, a rustle. A small, ape-like figure emerges from the shadows of an acacia tree, eyes darting nervously across the landscape. This is no ordinary primate. This is Australopithecus anamensis, one of our earliest ancestors. And it's about to embark on a perilous journey, the daily hunt for food. 4.8 million years ago, survival meant eating whatever was available. There were no supermarkets, no farms, no cookbooks. The harsh menu of early hominids was not about choice. It was about necessity. Every day was a battle against starvation, a constant search for anything edible in a world where food was scarce and competition fierce. Eastern Africa was a land in flux. The climate was shifting, transforming lush forests into expanding savannas dotted with isolated woodlands. This changing environment brought new challenges and opportunities for the creatures that called it home. But with these changes came scarcity. Food became harder to find, and the competition for resources intensified. Our ancestors found themselves in a daily struggle, not just to thrive, but to survive. Enter Australopithecus anamensis, a species that walked the earth around 4.8 million years ago. These early hominids were a curious blend of the familiar and the alien. They walked upright on two legs, much like we do today, but their bodies still bore the marks of their tree-dwelling past. Strong arms and curved fingers made them adept climbers, allowing them to seek refuge in the canopy when danger lurked below. But it was their teeth and jaws that truly set them apart. Robust and powerful, these were tools built for survival. They tell a story of a creature that ate almost anything it could find, a highly varied diet born of necessity rather than choice. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, our Australopithecus forager ventures further from the safety of the trees. Every step is a calculated risk. The open savanna offers potential rewards, but also exposes them to predators. Yet hunger drives them forward, eyes constantly scanning for any sign of food. The harsh menu of these early hominids was a far cry from our modern diets. Roots and tubers, tough and fibrous, were dug from the sun-baked earth. Hard nuts, their shells seemingly impenetrable, were prized for their rich nutrients. Seasonal fruits, when available, offered a rare burst of sweetness in an otherwise grueling existence. But our ancestors were innovators. They didn't just gather food. They began to use tools to access new sources of nutrition. Stones became hammers, used to crack open nuts and smash bones to reach the nutritious marrow within. This simple act of tool use was a pivotal moment in human evolution. It's opening up new food sources and setting us on a path that would eventually lead to complex technologies. Insects, tiny but protein-rich, became a staple of the Australopithecus diet. Termite mounds were raided, grubs were plucked from rotting wood when fortune smiled upon them. Our ancestors would stumble upon carrion, the remains of animals killed by other predators. These scavenged meals, though fraught with danger, provided precious meat that helped fuel their growing brains. Yet survival was never guaranteed. Competition was fierce, not just with other species, but with fellow primates. Baboons, with their powerful bodies and sharp canines, were formidable rivals in the search for food. Our ancestors had to be cunning, quick, and adaptable to survive in a world where every meal was hard-won. The challenges faced by Australopithecus anamensis were relentless. Foraging far from the safety of trees meant constantly being alert for predators. Lions, leopards, and hyenas all posed a deadly threat. Every excursion was a gamble: risk death by predator, or risk starvation by staying in the safety of the canopy. This harsh diet placed immense evolutionary pressure on our ancestors. Their teeth and jaws grew stronger to handle tough, fibrous foods. Their digestive systems adapted to extract maximum nutrition from a varied and often unpalatable diet. And perhaps most importantly, their brains began to grow and develop, fueled by the hard-won calories of their scavenged meals. The old adage, "you are what you eat," has never been more true than in the story of human evolution. The diet of Australopithecus anamensis and other early hominids quite literally shaped our species. Stronger jaws and adaptive teeth allowed for a more varied diet. Improved digestion meant more energy could be devoted to brain development. And the act of sharing food, dividing a hard-won meal among the group, laid the foundations for cooperation and early culture. As the sun begins to set, our Australopithecus forager returns to the safety of the trees. Arms laden with the day's findings, roots, nuts, and a handful of insects. It's not much, but it's enough to survive another day. The group gathers, sharing their meager bounty, strengthening bonds that will prove crucial in the millennia to come. This scene, played out countless times over millions of years, was more than just survival. It was the blueprint of humanity being written with every cracked nut, every unearthed root, every shared meal. The harsh menu of our earliest ancestors was the crucible in which the human species was forged. From these humble beginnings, from the daily struggle for sustenance on the African savanna, the path of human evolution was carved. Every adaptation, every innovation born of necessity, set us on the road to becoming the species we are today. As we look back across the vast expanse of time, we can see that in those ancient meals lay the seeds of our future. The story of human evolution is written not just in our bones, but in the very food we ate. It's a testament to the resilience, adaptability, and ingenuity of our species. From the harsh menu of Australopithecus immensis to the global cuisine of today, we carry with us the legacy of those early struggles. And as we face the challenges of our modern world, perhaps we would do well to remember the tenacity and resourcefulness of our ancient ancestors, who survived and thrived on the harshest of menus.